So now let's take a look at how to work with Notepad in Microsoft Windows 10. So Notepad is one of those underestimated softwares that Windows has that is in fact very powerful in its own way. So for that, I'm going to go over here onto the search bar and type in Note, and Notepad pops up. So I'm just going to open this up. So this is what you see, and this is why many think that this is a very simple software where you type in notes and then you save it out. Yes, it can do that. But apart from that, there are options in Notepad which you might find a lot more helpful as well. So on the top bar right here, you can see File, you can see Edit, Format, View, and Help. So those are the file menus right here. On the file, you can see that there are various options that you can work with. So I'm just going to type in a sentence right here, like this is a sentence, just like this. And I'm going to copy and paste this out. So let me just copy and paste this out a lot right over here. And once I paste this out, you can see the scroll handle on the bottom right over here. And as this will fill up, you'll see the scroll handle over here on the right hand side as well. As I actually resize this out, you'll be able to see the scroll handle over there as well. So this is what you basically do. So what you can do is you can save this out. So you can go to File, then you can save this out. You click on New to actually come up with a new document. I'm just going to press cancel. I'm going to save this first. So let me just save this, and I'm going to save it on my desktop. And it says save as txt file or all files. I'm going to save as txt, and I'm going to say no, just like this. And here I can select the encoding format as well. By default, it's 8. So if you're more into the technical side, you can actually choose different set of encoding as well. So I'm going to just save it in default and press save, just like this. So that is how you save a document. So as I add in new content over here, let's say, for example, if I were to press enter, and if I were to go over here, I'm going to go around, press enter right here, and I'm going to say new line. So now what happens is that if I want to save this out, I can go over here onto File, and I can press save, and the file in the desktop will be updated. Another thing that I can do is I can create a separate copy by pressing save as over here, and in the desktop I can just add in note 1 and save it out, and it creates another copy. So if I were to add anything now and press Control Save, which is the shortcut key for save here, it actually saves on to the Notepad 1, while the note itself stays the same as previously saved file. So that's how you basically save the file right there. So the other options that you have is to open. So once you go to open, choose a note, it opens that note out right over here. Right now the note is open, so I can go over here, open up note 1, and note 1 has been opened right over here. So that's what open does. New window creates a new window on top of it, while new right over here creates a new notepad right over here by closing the old one. If you haven't saved the file yet in the old one, it'll prompt you to save the file. So that is what the file menu settings are for. So new window, and so forth. You can also print the files out. So if I were to actually go over here onto the note, let's say, for example, and if I want to print this out, I can go on to page setup right over here and choose the paper size and set the margin over here as well. So I can choose whether I want to print it in portrait or landscape, whether if I want to add in header or footer, and I can also go over here and go for the input values, and it'll open up the support for the command, as you can see right over here. So these are a lot of things like commands, changing the header and footer. In the notepad, as you can see, it provides me with different commands which I can actually do. So I'm just going to add in my header as tutor and footer as keep on learning in this case. So I'm just going to keep it simple, just like that. So once you go here on the source, it's automatically select. Basically, it chooses the information which is already there. So I'm just going to press OK. So once I do the page setup, I can print it out right here by selecting the printer of my choice. So I'm just going to go around, and I'm going to say go to Microsoft Print to PDF. Let's apply. So I'm not actually printing this out. I'm printing this out as a PDF document. So let's see how it actually looks like right over here. So it's printed it out in a PDF format, and here you go. There's the document right over here. But you can see right here that it actually aligned all of the sentences in a page just like this. So now it is printed out like that. So that is the beauty of Notepad. So it actually arranges the text for you. So besides this, what you can also do is you can go into edit right over here. There's the undo option right over here. So if you were to go over here and do something, do undo, it goes back to the previous change right here. You can cut out like a piece right here. You can cut out and paste it out right here, or you can copy and paste right here as well. So copy, and you can right click as well to get the options and then paste it out as well. So these are the basic edit functions which it has. So there are some other options over here as well. For example, you can find something. So I can find something like a sentence, for example, and I can find next right over here. You cannot find sentence for some reason, sentence. So I spelled it incorrectly, so I can go over here. Still sentence, so it should be able to find it out. So down, it didn't find it because my cursor is here, but if I were to go over here, you can see that it finds all of the sentences right here. Down finds the next one right over here. You can also match the case, so unless the case like capital and small is matched, it won't find it. You can also wrap around and see like how everything works like. So now over here, that is how you find that out. And over here, what else you can do is you can replace all of the words as well. So these are the options that are provided. So you can go over here and I'm going to say replace. So you can also find previous or find next. It just finds the sentence which we've used the find tool with. So I'm going to go to replace over here and find what and replace with. So let me just go over here. I'm going to replace it with paragraph right over here. This is a paragraph, then replace all, then it replaces all the sentences with paragraph, as you can see. So this is something you can do as well. You can select all, that is basically selecting all of the text right here. There's also time and date. So if I were to go over here and press time and date, it inserts the current date. That is the current time and date from my system right over here. So that's something neat to have as well. Besides that, you can see that the word goes all the way up till here onto the end. You can go over here onto format and click on word wrap. What that does is that it wraps around the word just like that over here on the notepad. So it wraps around everything, as you can see right over here. So that's something neat to have as well. You can also change the font. So you can go over here onto the font and choose different styles. It will affect everything in the notepad right over here. Like you can go over here onto something like, let's say I want Mirrored Pro font, Mirrored Pro as the font, and let's say I want semi-bold type of a font right here. I want around 22 size font right here, and I can choose the script as well, as you can see right over here. So I'm just going to go for Western script. And you can also show more fonts right here and gets to the font option as well, as you can see. And you can search for fonts from right here as well. So I'm just going to press OK. And there you go. You got the new font applied just like that. So if I were to word wrap, now you can see that this is how it looks. I can also go around here onto font. Let's just go around and select something like Comic Sans, the most hated font. All right. So if there's any Comic Sans, no Comic Sans right here. So Comic, yeah, all right, so Comic Sans, apply, and there you go, there's the font right over here. So if I were to print this out, then it'll now print it out in that format. So let me just go over here, and I'm going to add in a new file. So it is printing out, and over here, have a new file right here. Now you can see that the style of printing changed in this document because like I just changed the font over here. So the way the font displays, you can control it out right here. The other one is the view option. So you can go to and enable the status bar. So if you were actually select this out, you can see right over here. Now it is on the line and the columns right over here. So I can go over here, select this part out, and it notes out the line and columns right over here, as you can see. So as I click over here, I note that this is the 6th line and column 13 right over there. So right now the view is 100% and this is the format. It is encoding format. So it shows all the details right over here. And then you can also zoom in. So you can zoom in just like that. You can view and zoom in, and you can zoom out as well. So you can zoom out as well over here. So that doesn't change the font size, but it changes how much zoom is actually used. So it does not change the font size, it's changing the zoom right here. You can also restore the zoom defaults, that will get it back. Of course, there's the help menu right here. And this is basically how you work around with the Notepad tool, and there are a lot of options as you can see right here. And one of the other features that Notepad has is that I can actually select any text, go to edit, and click on search with Bing. So this is relatively a new feature. So you can see that it opens up the browser and searches for the exact text on the web, just like that. So that is something neat to have as well. So that is how you can work with Notepad inside of Microsoft Windows 10. So hope you guys learned something as always. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.